Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. We are going to be covering a really cool tool called ManyChat. I have a guest on the line with us who's going to be sharing a computer screen. To summarize what we're going to be covering today, we're going to be covering how you can generate leads through Facebook using instant messaging. It is extremely powerful, and Nathan will go over his numbers, but they're ranging from like 50 cents to $3 a lead, which is really good. And so we're going to cover a couple things like automated welcome messages. So as soon as a person goes to your Facebook business page, you can customize what the automatic message is and then drive them to specific landing pages like a buyer page or a seller page. That can be done automatically. You can send broadcast messaging to the people that, Nathan, can you clarify this? I know it's the people that subscribe to your page, but it's also people that have chatted through your page.
Yeah, anybody who has ever clicked on one of our ads that becomes a subscriber, we can now broadcast to them.
Yeah, cool. So here's a screenshot of one of your broadcasts that you did. You did a broadcast to 1,808 people. 97% of those people it was delivered to. 91% of those people actually opened it up and viewed it, which is a crazy number. And then 18% of the people actually clicked the link and went to your website. And you just did a test yesterday or 2 days ago, and you can share the numbers on that when we get to it. But I know for the people, this is really cool. It's kind of like a way to shake the tree and see what falls. It's kind of like a mass email, only it happens directly through Facebook Messenger. Also, through Facebook Messenger, you can set up drip programs and follow-up programs. So if a person is interested in, for example, house values, you could set up an automatic drip that will send them a message on one day, wait 3 days, send them another message 4 more days later. So you can set the timeline of what happens. Really cool stuff. So we're going to dive into that. Then we're also going to cover the Facebook ads side of it. So once you create all these messages, how are you going to deliver that to people? And we're going to share with that today as well. And then we're going to blow people's minds with this complicated conversation right here. So we're going to cover all of this today. Nathan, I'm going to pass the screen over to you. So let me do that right now.
Okay, so let me know when to hit the share button.
Okay, go ahead and hit share.
Okay, can everybody see my screen there?
We can. Perfect. So I guess we'll start off with the welcome message. So when a person goes to ManyChat, how much is it per month? Like $10 a month? Something like that?
Yeah, I think at one point when I went over 2,000 subscribers, I had to end up paying $25 a month.
Yeah, but at that point,
then it's like $10 or something like that.
Right, cool. And so you'll just fill in the form, create a free account. You can actually create a free account and try it out. But if you want to use the pro features, you'll pay $10 a month. So I guess let's go head over to the welcome message because that's where most people can start. They've all got a business page. So can they automate?
Actually, I can show this a bit. I have a message on my Facebook page, like that house guy page. But if you go to mine, it'll automatically show up.
No, I know. We won't see a live demo, but we can see in ManyChat where to set it up.
Oh, actually, there you go. Okay. So I'm going under the settings here along the bottom left-hand side, and this is the greeting text. So anytime you go right to my website, it says, hey, first name, how are you doing? Awesome, I hope. What brings you in today? And then at the very bottom, it has this get started button, and that's how they start engaging with the bot.
So that's kind of like them subscribing, sort of, right?
Yes. Yeah, like as soon as they click anything on the ad or any direction, they are now a subscriber.
Right. And just so people are clear, you actually said website, but what he meant to say is Facebook.
Yes, sorry. I'm going to do that. Well, yeah, okay, yeah, for sure.
And on that welcome screen, can you create like a choose your own adventure where it says, if you're thinking of buying, click here. If you're thinking of selling, click here.
So, and that's exactly it. So I just went under my automation to my welcome message, and I changed the customization. Now, I flat out admit that people are talking to a chat bot, and I call my chat bot Sushi. She's a part of the team, in my opinion. So my welcome bot says, welcome to that house guy page. I am Sushi, the chat bot for that house guy. Thanks for stopping by. And then I have a 3-second delay. and it says, I'd love to help you out. What can I do for you? And then I have a sell my house, find my dream home, or my area snapshot.
Nice. That's
right.
Really cool. I like how you say that. I would love to help you. What can I do for you? And then it says sell my house. So you're like, obviously they're going to click one of those things. This looks complicated. So if an agent is looking at this screen, they're going to be like, how do I start? Where do I click?
So ManyChat is, if you're techie, it's easy. If you're not techie, it is complicated. But see where it says you are viewing a published version. I'm just going to hit edit here.
Okay.
Now, this is where it comes up. So when I want to change something, sorry. Oh, if you're wondering what this action is, every time someone clicks on here, it actually sends me an email. And so I can, if I'm not by my phone. But as soon as I click the chat, then now I can just change anything. Like
okay. So, right. Yeah. And then down below, you have 3 buttons. Now, if an agent is setting this up for the first time, there won't be anything there, so they'll be able to just add a button.
So what you'll see these quick replies.
Yeah.
And if I'm just, this is a new quick reply, I can put a little icon into it. And then this is going to look complicated. Hopefully by the end it won't, but it can send a new message. It can perform an action like subscribe them or I'm trying to think what other actions. Most of the ones I do is subscribe or unsubscribe.
Well, no, a good action would be, because this system also allows you to tag people. So if a person clicked on the seller button, then tag them as a seller.
Perfect. Yeah, that'd be yeah, exactly. We're going to get into flows a bit later, but you can have a flow. So let's say selling one person's house is a flow. I can direct them to that flow. Let's say buying a house is a different chat flow. I can direct them to that chat flow.
I'll explain it because people won't understand what flow is. Flow is basically a conversation that you use over and over and over. So that way you don't have to recreate the ad. You can use that one piece.
Perfect.
Yeah, cool.
I have not gotten into conditions or randomizer yet. This actually was a newer update.
Yeah, too much for most people on this type of call anyways.
Yeah,
most people, all you want to do is set up a basic welcome message like he has there. It says, welcome to page name. I'm Sushi, the chatbot. So obviously you can change that to whatever you want. I would say keep it very short and conversational and then give them a choose your own adventure. And for most agents, it's going to be selling a house. And so click on a quick reply just for a second, as if we were going to add one.
Well, so but let's say, to add one, quick reply?
Yeah. Because most people will be adding. So then you're going to do, where is there like click to website? What is that under? Perform action?
How did I get that under there now? 1 second.
I think it's because you have 3 and you're only allowed 3.
Oh, no. See, what I did is my website was a different flow, right? So you're talking about that conversational piece. So let's say I go to sell my house. If I open that flow, that's where it says, oh, awesome, my team loves selling houses. We are really good at it. Click the link below and I can get all the info I need to help you out, right? And then that takes them to my website to pre-fill out all their information about their property.
Oh, neat. So have you split test that where you send people to your website or try and convert their information through the chatbot? Because I would assume it'd be easier to just keep them on the chatbot.
Especially with the sell your house, I was doing that for quite a while where I was just breaking down the message in the chatbot for what they were looking to do. I found people would kind of click 1 or 2 options and then just stop talking to us. Yeah, this is a new change that I started this week, so we haven't seen a whole lot, but really, as you can see, the 3 people that it sent to, the 2 people already opened up and filled out forms for listing their house. So,
right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, there's going to be a little bit of playing around. Everybody's going to have their own little links to whatever your website is. Okay, can we just create one? Like pretend like we're going to add a new button, a new sell your house button.
Okay, let's see here.
So
yeah, okay. So that flow, I've already created that chat flow, right?
But they won't have created the chat flow. So pretend flows don't exist in their world because it doesn't yet.
Oh, well, yeah, that's only down. So, okay, so I would right there. I just clicked at the bottom, quick reply.
Yeah.
Now to send them to the website, this is why I was saying I have to create a flow to send them to the website. But let's say you wanted to send them a new message. You would click new message. And then as soon as they click that flow, it'll send them to a new message bar. And I can type in whatever I want for the new message.
Okay, like, oh, you're thinking of selling, what's the address? And then they'll reply manually with what their address is.
Exactly. Now,
Cool.
in this new message, if I'm getting a bit complicated, let me know. But under the Pro version, I can also have user inputs. So I'm just going to drag all these different inputs. And I can say the question is, so if someone says they're thinking of selling their house, well, awesome. Where do you live? And then if I click on the user input, this will give me, I can do a text reply, a multiple choice, number. I can directly ask for their email, their phone number. So these are preset options that I can put in. So for example, I work in the Durham region, and let's say I wanted to know where they live. I could go to multiple choice and say, let's see here. Oshawa. And then I create a new one. Whoops. I can't spell, by the way. Sorry, guys. I could go to Whitby. And what I'm doing is these are options that they could select.
Yeah.
Right? So,
I like it.
If I want to narrow it down, yeah. And then as soon as they select one, it'll go right to the next conversation. So as soon as they select, say, Oshawa, let me spell this right. It'll drive me nuts until I do.
And the reason why you're setting this up is because it removes them from having to type, and it's just like click, 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 and you're getting all the information you need.
Exactly. I just need to have something in there. Actually, I can just delete that. Okay, so then maybe they say Oshawa, and then maybe after asking a few questions, I wanted their email. I'm going to go to free keyboard input, and I'm going to select email. Okay?
Yep.
Now, just to quickly show you how this would work, I'm going to go back now. I'm going to hit preview at the top here. Oh. Sorry. If you guys are wondering what's going on, it's just because I'm trying to do this quickly and I'm trying to get a preview, but you need to have it completed before it allows you to preview.
It's all good.
So this is now what it looks like. So I hit the preview. This is the message. Welcome, I'm the chat bot. I would love to help you out. This was the test that I created.
Yep.
So I'm going to select test cell as a response. Awesome. What area do you live in? Oshawa. And then it's going to say, awesome, what's your email? And it's going to auto-populate my email. Because Facebook knows absolutely everything about your life, if you have an email or a phone number in there, it'll auto-populate your email. So, Dan, if you were doing this, your email would have come up there.
Oh, you know what would be cool? Instead of saying, what's your email, you could say, okay, cool, do we have the right email below? If so, click it. If not, type a new one.
That's actually a really great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that one.
Take it. Cool.
Yeah,
okay.
So that's how that would work. Because this is actually my personal one, though, are you okay if I delete that for now? Or?
Yeah, delete it. We're done with it. I just, like, everybody's going to have their own approach to it. But, I mean, once you set it, you can kind of set it and forget it. That's why it's worth the 20 minutes it's going to take a person to set this up.
Exactly.
So, okay, now where the real rubber hits the road, because most people, in all honesty, don't go to your business page, so not a lot of people are going to see this message. It's just worth setting up as a safety net because we can. But let's do the broadcast. You sent a broadcast out yesterday or 2 days ago?
No, that one was actually, we're talking about that with the drip plan. So the broadcast, this one I sent out February 28th.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I use an agent locator site, which has automatic prospect match built into it. So we had, at this time, we had roughly 2,000 people in our subscriber base. And I wanted to start capturing all their information, like their name, number, and email. And I found the easiest way to do that was through our website. So I sent this message, and I just said, hey, first name. And I have no idea why I say hey, but I do. Check this out. It will send homes directly to your inbox first thing in the morning. Only homes you want to see and homes that just hit the market. Let me know if this helps, right? Yep. And then I added a link. So if you select this link, new listings, it takes you to the prospect match on my website. Yep. Or if they wanted to know their home value, it takes you to the home value part on their website.
This is so good for old leads because, like, we get internet leads and sometimes they're not ready. Like we would close leads that were 2 years old, 3 years old.
Mhm.
And so some people just aren't ready right away. So this is a great way. So when you like create this and hit send, it just goes to everybody's messenger.
Yeah, exactly. So like their messenger pops up as if I sent them a personal message.
Yeah.
And so to give you an idea, what happened here is my very first time doing it, we ended up getting 30 forms filled out in the first 10 to 15 minutes that this was sent out. And then we were averaging, I think the very first day we ended up getting about 40 to 50 forms, and then we're averaging 10 a day afterwards until this kind of died itself out, right?
Right. Yeah.
So people were bombarding our website through this.
Dude, that is so cool. So when a real estate agent comes to this, point to the left where the broadcasting tab is, just so they can see. Okay, so when you create ManyChat, you're going to log in, you're going to click on broadcasting, then you click on the broadcast tab, and it's going to be blank. You won't have any, so the people will obviously click a button to start. Oh, there you go.
This is what will come up. Yeah, sorry.
That's cool. So they'll click the button on the top right. It said create a new broadcast. So just click that, and we'll kind of like do a quick little dummy test.
Yeah. So this is the post. I'm going to click in here.
Just say dummy test here, because they'll say whatever their messaging is. And then they're going to want to give them a couple options. So obviously a house value option and a buyer option. So how would they add those buttons?
So I'm going to just click add button.
Yeah.
Now I can send a message, open up the website, call number, so they could call me. They have a buy button if it's not real estate, like I doubt they're buying a house through this. And then perform action, start another flow, and all those exact same things.
Dude, on all of your broadcasts, you should add a third option that says we're hiring, and then make it a call button where the people call you.
Yes, I like that idea as well. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm writing these down as we're talking.
Yeah, man. That like. So here, I'll tell people a side note story. I used to run ads for people that are getting into the business, and they'd all fill in the form. They'd be getting into real estate, and then I'd get them on the phone. I'd say, hey, so that's exciting. You're thinking of getting into real estate. So let me ask you this. I'm sure you'd want to hit the ground running. Do you know anybody who's buying a home or selling a home right now? And I was using the people getting into business as a buyer-seller prospecting.
That's absolutely amazing. So, okay, so I love that because we similarly started doing that with people who were getting licensed as well.
Yeah.
We told them, though, that they could shadow us while we dealt with their friends or family.
Yeah.
Right? And then it would that person would go back into their database.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, somebody has a question before we move forward. I guess these messages are sent to the leads Facebook Messenger. I have a lot of old leads. How do I get them into Facebook? So that's a good question. He has a database of internet leads. He can't just manually add people to like ManyChat subscribers. So all of the subscriptions you have are just directly through Facebook ads that you've done, right? None of them were like an import from your database.
Yeah, I'm just actually, that's a good question. I decided to see if there is an import. Actually, no, I don't think there could be an import because you'd have to somehow tie it back to their Facebook page, right?
Okay, so the only real answer to that is to do a Facebook custom audience and remarket to your database and get them like engaged with the chat bot.
Yeah.
That's the only way. That's too technical for this call right now. That would be a whole nother webinar on Facebook custom audiences. But that's the answer, is a Facebook custom audience.
Yeah, actually, yeah, no, completely. And you're right, it is kind of too advanced, but you can even do things too, like anytime someone comments on your business page, right? It adds them to as a subscriber, right? So you could find a way to email your database with something to basically bring you back to your Facebook page and select something type thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Okay, go back to the broadcasting so we don't lose people.
Yeah.
And then where's that one we were creating? Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Which one were we creating here? Yeah, here's the dummy test.
Okay, cool. So add the button. Okay, do open website because the people would have wanted to add a link to their website.
Okay.
Cool. And then you guys literally just go to your website. So say this was a seller message, like call to action, you would find the seller landing page on your website. That would be your house value form most likely, or what's your home worth, and copy paste the link, put her in there. Scroll down to perform action. I just want to show one thing.
Okay.
And then scroll down.
Oops. So I'm just going to add an action, that one there?
Yeah, add a tag. So it's the very top option. So anybody who clicks on the seller one, obviously you want to tag them as a seller, because now you'll be able to segment this list for like of all the sellers you generated this year. Next spring, you could do a broadcast just to the sellers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So click add a tag, just because people won't know how to do that. So click add tag. And then type in seller test. And then see how it has a plus symbol. You don't have to actually do it, Nathan, but
that's right.
Oh, you did it. Yeah. So that's how you guys create a tag. And then ManyChat will allow you to use that as a filter for searching all your prospects later on.
Awesome.
It's things like this. You just want to, like, you might as well set it up because you can, and then in the future you can leverage it.
Now an interesting one for those who use Zapier. I just realized too, the action you can trigger the zap. So I'm going to deep dive into this a bit more, Dan, and maybe another time we can chat about it, because
we did a webinar on Zapier on our last webinar. So yeah, so
awesome.
You would just click on that, and now anybody who is a lead through Facebook instant messaging will get added to your database.
Yeah, beautiful.
Cool. Okay, cancel that. Oh, how do you actually send the broadcast to the people? So say they make this really cool little message and now they want to send it. How do you send that out to people?
Give me 1 second here. I apologize. You're actually...
There's got to be like once you're logged in. So
yeah. No, that's not it. Sorry, bear with me 1 second here. I don't know why I'm gapping out on this completely. Broadcast.
Maybe it's under audience. So go to audience and do a search for people, and then you can trigger a broadcast. That makes sense.
There we go. Sorry. Okay, so I'm in broadcast. I opened it up. This is the one I created for my home values, and I went to settings up here at the top.
Okay.
Now, there's different kinds of broadcasts. The subscription broadcast, this is not supposed to contain ads or promotional material, and that's the one that goes out to everybody. You can do a promotional broadcast, but it can only be sent to people within 24 hours, or a follow-up one. You have the ability to send one broadcast to all of them. So I just do subscription broadcasts. I haven't been in trouble yet. So yeah, that's kind of, yeah.
Well, you could do a subscription broadcast about client appreciation events and a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I do it a lot around the tools from the websites. Again, I get an extra form of capture, but it's free material for them. So
what's the silent push, just so people know at the bottom? Silent push will display a phone number without sound.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that's just so we don't annoy the crap out of people and our phone doesn't start.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's very interesting.
Dope. Okay, good. Broadcasting. Cool. Done. Okay, so now you get a person who clicks on your broadcast and they click on the seller tab and they get the seller tag, for example. Now we want to do like a drip plan following up with these people.
Right. Okay, so under automation, I'm going to go to sequences.
Okay.
And so this was the sequence I created. After someone subscribes to my chatbot, it puts them on this sequence automatically. It's a group of 10 messages. So far, I've had an 82% open rate and a 17% click-through rate. Okay, so these are the two that I've sent out so far. One of the things I'm kind of big on is I don't want to waste people's time. I don't want to annoy the crap out of them. And we had a lot of people that I was able to annoy. So the first one I sent was about new listings, and it was that same sign up for prospect match. The second one I did was a stop or unsubscribe that I just did 7 hours later, where someone could now unsubscribe from the bot. And this is why my numbers dropped from 2,200 subscribers down to 1,600. Yet I also gave them a chance to stay with the bot. And a lot of people actually still wanted to be interacted with. It was a very interesting experience.
That is a really good way of doing it. Click on the new listings email one. I just want to see what the text is because people are going to want to see the verbiage.
So again, hey, because this is now an automation, I like to admit flat out that it's automated. But in all honesty, I might adjust this. But I'm not a huge fan of automation, but there's some things I do not want to forget. I have an awesome tool that can help you in your home search. It sends you listings that fit your criteria. Whoops, I got a spelling mistake. Every morning. The best part is they are all new listings, and you don't have to get out of bed to see them. Would this help you? Right?
I like that part. I like the ending.
Then that's the click to go to the website, right? Yeah. Full disclosure, I am probably changing this because I do find it very wordy. And usually less wordy, the better.
I like the best part is they don't have to get out of bed. So I got some good verbiage for you. It's part of my phone script when I'm on the phone with people. I say, easily subscribe to the new listings that match your criteria today. You're going to find all the listings that hit the market tomorrow are just going to get mixed in with the ones you've already been looked at. Also, as a buyer agent, you don't pay our fee, so this is a totally free service for you. Let us know if you want to book any showings. The listings are below.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, you're recording this, right?
Yeah, I'll get you a copy of it.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's amazing because then actually something else you can do within this feature as an add button, I could say yes to new listings, but I can also create, oh, sorry, let me close this 1 second here. If I do a dynamic user input, I can put in a date and time to book an appointment. So let's say like book now, and then have it that it comes up for a date and time as an auto put in. Then it notifies me when they want to meet. Nice.
That's cool. I bet most people wouldn't book a time until they talk to you first anyways.
Probably.
But that I really like how you showed us those extra features because somebody on the call is going to be like, oh man, I can use that for my webinar series or something where they have like an investing in real estate seminar or something.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I definitely, but that's a great script. I love that script that you just gave there.
And the attached file, you could easily attach like a listing presentation or a buyer PDF or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you could very do that. Yeah. Like if I go, email, phone, your file, image, location, bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like how I kind of like how complicated you can get with it. Because you could do a mail merge. It does mail merging too. And so you could send a broadcast out to people and mail merge for all the people that have identified that they live in Oshawa. Next year, you could send them a broadcast that says, hey, are you still wondering what the house values are in Oshawa? ? And just like one word little shake the tree type of thing. So some people are going to be like, what's that delay thing? So there's a delay timer on the bottom left. That would be if you wanted to make it look like it's like actually typing and thinking. So you could put like a 3-second or 5-second delay. And then you can also create rules where it's like, you can do, it's all based on seconds, right? Yeah. So it makes it look like it's actually typing. But I like how you tell people it's a bot because then you don't look like an idiot.
Yeah. Well, in that way, if the bot messes up, you hope people are a bit more understanding. Like if they find a way to go off script.
Like that spelling error?
Yeah, like that spelling error. And plus, I just finished ODing Westworld, so I know what happens with AI and everything. I'm freaking out.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay, so say they make a good first step that they like, and how do they add more to it? So would they go hit the back button?
So I'm going to go back to my after subscriber access. I would just click new message.
Yeah.
Create a new reply, or I can select an existing reply. And if I click this is after 1 day. Anytime, send between.
This is why I like webinars like this, because I would not have known that you can click on that on the left and other agents wouldn't. So you just shorten their frustration learning curve for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So like, for example, one of my big ones is this open house. I only want that to go out on a Friday. So I send it 6 hours after the last message, but it can only deliver on a Friday between certain times. So let's say the last message goes out on a Wednesday. Well, it's going to wait until that Friday to send out the open house, right?
Nice. What does it? Click on it. What's it say?
It just says, okay, so my website has a feature that one link will automatically update all the open houses, right? And so like that one link will always be the up-to-date open houses. Said, are you heading out for open houses this weekend? Let me help you plan your route. Click here to see what open houses are happening, and that sends them to that link. Then I have a 3-second delay.
I like it. Oh, by the way,
if the house you want to see is not having an open house, let me know. We can set up a showing for you at any time. Now we have a book a showing. And then it waits 60 seconds, and then it says, oh, almost forgot, the link auto updates, so the same link will show you new open houses.
Nice.
Right? So,
that is a really good flow.
And then that's hoping they capture or engage.
Yeah, man. Okay, cool. That's a really good one.
Yeah. What I want to show too, so this stop and unsub, I think this is so important, otherwise we annoy people, right? And I just put it, I said, hey, so, oh, by the way, I have no desire to spam someone with stuff that will not help them. At any time, if you want me to take you, or if you don't want me to message you, just reply with stop, and I will make sure not to bother you anymore. I only want to bring value to your life. Having said that, I want to occasionally help you with open house info, market info updates, tools like free home evaluations, buyer apps that can help you in your own search. Is that cool? If they hit stop, they will automatically unsubscribe from my list.
Yeah.
If they hit that's cool, then it says, awesome, don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions, right? So we got like about, I think it worked out to about a 1-to-5 ratio of people saying cool to people saying stop. So 5 people say stop, 1 person says that's cool. And the follow-up message is one I personally put in, and all I said was, hey, thank you very much for letting me still connect with you. Are you still house hunting? ? And people were like, yeah, we're still looking. And it just opened up real conversation throughout the whole time. So,
you know what's a good one? Put the words in their mouth so they have to correct you. So say, instead of saying, are you still looking, say, when you're thinking of moving, would you be moving to Oshawa or Whitby? ? And you kind of like force them to respond, because they'd be like, oh, no, not Oshawa, Whitby.
or like neither. We want to go to Toronto. Do you have anything for 200,000?
Yeah, right. And so I've always found making them correct you is one of the best triggers to create a conversation.
Right. I'm going to actually write that down. 1 second here, guys.
Yeah. I bet you didn't know this was going to be a coaching call.
Dude, actually, you know what? I know my conversations with you, man. I'm usually head spinning by the time we're done. I love it.
Okay, cool. I dig this little drip plan going on here.
So actually, as a matter of fact, I'm just quickly looking at the stats. So 405 people selected no, and 122 people said yes.
And then of the people that didn't even respond, they're still subscribed.
Oh yeah, completely. Yeah.
It's just the that's cool button that gives them kind of a trigger to move the story forward.
Yeah, and then I also kind of think about things again too. It also helps verify us as a company that if anybody ever says we don't have an unsubscribe, we can prove that we do and that we're offering it, right? Mm-hmm. That's why I also have it a bit further down again after so many days, after 2-3 weeks. There's another unsub just in case. Right.
You should add one on here saying, do you know anybody thinking of getting into real estate? Just as a drip.
I like it. I think I'm going to do that.
Yeah, you might as well. Cool.
Yeah, and then,
okay.
And by the way, last part I'll say, all these have captured it. So the listings in your area, your house hunt, the website, all these have a form of capture in it that sends them back to the website to capture their info. So that's kind of the multiple captures.
Listings in your area. Oh, they're all kind of the same.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Okay.
This here I'll show you too. So we launched that one 2 days ago. This is my agent locator. Please don't steal all my leads. This is the activity. So this is going back from 22 hours. This is all within the last couple of days. So let me expand this to show you.
Oh, Shihab, can you make a note to blur out the contact info on the recording?
Thanks, man. Yeah, so very quickly, I didn't know we could do that. That's awesome. But so like this is still back 2 days ago. These are all the people that filled out forms to connect with us
Yeah.
just from that.
It's
People
nice to have an incoming flow. I mean, I really want most agents to work their database and friends, family, and traditional, but it just goes to show you when you have leads coming to you, it can make the business easier.
Right.
So cool. Okay, so now let's do a Facebook ad.
Okay, perfect. Where are we here? Growth tools, ads.
Okay, so you click on growth tools and then ads. And then, so I see you got conversions here, 55 cents a lead. That's crazy.
Yep.
And 86 cents a lead. Like, oh my gosh.
I spend $2.50 a day per ad per house. That's my budget. It gives us way more than we could handle. All these opt-ins are conversations. So like this one here at 86 cents, that's 267 conversations that we had.
Oh, click on that one because that one obviously kicked ass. So
yeah. So
now the image of your ad right there, some people will be like, oh, that looks so cool. I can't make that. You could do that in Canva.
yeah, it's actually my marvelous administrator that does this for me, and she does them in Canva. So we just take a photo of the house, and yeah, that's exactly what she does.
You just drag and drop the photo of the house and change the address, and it's like, boom, you're done.
Now, one of the things is the text, I always like to make it sound as if I was actually posting a Facebook post personally.
Yeah.
Right? And if you notice on the right, so this is what the post looks like. This bottom part is pics, price, info, and learn more. I always change from send message to learn more. That massively increased the amount of people that click our button.
Okay. Well, we'll create an ad for like a fake ad just so people can see the steps.
Okay. So I'll go to ads. I'm going to create new ad in the top right-hand corner.
Yeah.
I'm selecting my Facebook page.
Yeah.
I'm going to create a new campaign.
Cool.
I'm going to do it under messages. I'm going to name it test ad. I never used to organize all this, but I do now. Create a new ad set. Okay, so test. This is where I can select my audience to include or exclude. So I might exclude all realtors. Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to set my age bracket. I don't know about your guys' area, but usually they're about 30 years old that buy homes. I'm going to include both genders. Now, as just a fun side note, for a while there, I found that my conversion rates with speaking to women versus men were much higher. So I actually did a test and measure of just advertising to one gender set, and it actually worked out really well.
Wait. Which one is better for you?
I have an easier time converting women over the phone for appointments than men, right? Huh. Now, vice versa, I know a female agents in our office, we did a test, they're much better at converting men. So if you're really if you really want to just do a fun test, see which one is most productive and just try it. If you find that you're better chatting with one gender than the other.
So here's a little tip. You have the age set to 65 plus. If you just put that to 64, at least you know it's not like 99-year-olds.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too. I'm not extremely good at dealing with elderly people. I'm actually very terrible at dealing with elderly people. So I don't want to solicit to a lot of elderly people. It's just not my skill set.
Crazy. I thought they'd all love you.
No, they all love me. I just want to pull my hair out.
Right. Cool. Okay. So then you do it based on location.
Yeah. So you can do whoever lives in the location or everyone in the location. I've done a little bit of both. Now, through a couple of, this is going to be area specific, but we found being in Toronto, GTA area, everybody starts from almost the center of Toronto and moves outwards. So when I actually pick locations of where to advertise my ad, I don't advertise I'm east of Toronto. I do not advertise anybody to east of us. I only advertise to the west, right? Because as you get out, real estate gets cheaper. So we advertise a $500,000 house in Toronto. We look like we're an amazing deal. And we found that actually made the best amount of potential leads to come in. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, totally. So you wouldn't target all of Toronto. You target like East Toronto.
Yeah, like east of Toronto, like say Scarborough through to Oshawa, if my house is in Oshawa, but I wouldn't target, say, Newcastle, which is farther east, because people move away from Toronto. They rarely move closer to Toronto.
Yeah, got
right?
it.
Now, that might be different. Just look at the migration patterns in your area, and then that's how I targeted there.
And speaking of Toronto, there's a lot of people on vacation in Toronto, so I would actually do live in.
Yeah. So that, yeah, it's a little bit of a difference there, but language, we obviously keep it. And then I don't ever really do demographics, but you can. There's sometimes some need for it. I might look at demographics more like bungalows and stuff.
We've done some pretty complicated targeting, and honestly, just keeping it simple of like between 30 and 64, speak English, not real estate agents in these cities, boom. Let that ad run, and you'll get them for like $4 a lead or less.
Oh, I know. So I'm with you on that one. That's kind of what I concluded. I used to get too complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I let Facebook place it.
Wait, where was the picture for this ad?
Oh, it's not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I'm going to create my budget and schedule. So I also just did a test and measure of if I set a lifetime budget, I can actually have it. I thought I could have it during certain times of the day. Never mind.
You can on the Facebook platform, not through.
That's what it is. Yeah. And I can show you how to do it so it still connects. But either way, just $2.50. That's all I do.
Crazy. So cheap.
When I've done this, I'll kind of show you what that subscriber base looked like at $2.50 a day.
Okay.
Okay, so now I can create the ad. So now I'm in ad design. So I have a single image or video, drop the ad, the text. You don't have to do it because everybody's going to have a different photo. It's okay. Photo, put the text. Everybody's going to have their own text based on the description. Yeah. The call to action, always learn more. Like I cannot tell you, your conversion rates will go way down if you do not put learn more.
If you want really terrible conversion rates, put subscribe now.
Yeah. Or subscribe. Everybody loves to subscribe. Okay, and I'm going to hit next. Now, this is where I create the message, right? Got it. So
when they see, they're going to see the ad in their newsfeed of the listing. It's going to have like, hey, this is a beautiful 2-bedroom, blah, blah, blah. Click here to learn more. So when they click that, what the action that's going to happen is it's going to take them to Messenger and open up this chat bot.
Right. Like to show you what that looks like. So these are the ads that I run. So let's say it's this Farncombe ad. As soon as I click learn more or click anywhere on the ad, it pops up. Hey, thanks for inquiring about 57 Farncombe. My name is Sushi. I'm the chatbot for that house guy. What info can I get for you? And I only ever give 3 options: pictures, pics, price, or info. Okay? Let's say you hit pictures. Please enter an email. Oh, that usually says something nicer. I don't know why that messed up. But then I input my email address, which is I'm going to go change that script for all these too, Danny.
Yeah.
That's an awesome one.
Nice. But I do like the flow to it.
Sorry, I do this so many times on my chatbot that I think it doesn't like me sometimes. So, okay, so here's one. Awesome. We have photos, video, 3D walkthrough. What email can I send them to? I select the email. In the meantime, is there anything else I can get for you? Let's say you want to know the price.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I messed up on this one too, but we're listed at this price. Let me know who or should I email it to? You kind of see this rotating one, information. It just rotates between them.
Yeah.
Give you some information on the property. Where should I email it to? So that's what that looks like in live action.
Yeah. You could even combine all 3 as one call to action and say, did you want the pictures, price, and information? If so, what's the best email? And then kill three with one stone.
This sounds weird. I actually used to do that. And when people only had one option to select, they never really did. Like, it sounds really odd. But it was just kind of like
no, I get it.
But now they had 3 options, and they started clicking between the 3 options, right?
Yeah. Okay, cool. No, that's awesome.
So as soon as someone selects my ad, they are now a subscriber. That's what I'm paying out, and they're now a part of this whole system that we've been talking about. That's how I build my subscriber database.
And by the way, you can, I'm assuming when the person clicks on more photo, you can actually have it automatically just send them the photos through Messenger, right?
Yes. Yeah, but again, I don't like doing that. What we're now playing around with is we're sending them the link to my agent locator site, because if they select that link, they have to sign in to see the photos.
Yeah, no, I get it. But some people like to give away all the information. So I was just letting them know that there is an option where you don't have to like hide everything behind the wall if you didn't want to.
The other thing that we're messing around with, and I don't have it, I can't show it, but I do want to let you guys know it's up and coming very quickly, is Zapier's able to recognize the name and email in the chat and send it to MailChimp and put them on a mailing list automatically without doing anything.
Right. We basically covered that on the last call, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you figured out how to actually get these ones like from the chat over, let me know, because I've been going nuts with it.
I will figure it out because I'm going to do it for my coaching. There is a couple questions very similar. Somebody says, what about all my old ads that people chatted with? Do they count? And I'm going to assume no. It's only once you start, it's fresh. Like starting, you sign up with ManyChat today, boom. Okay, going forward, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and now there's another question. Do I build ManyChat? Hold on, I'm just going to read it to myself. Oh, yeah, that was actually the question I just read out loud. Okay, that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, just very quickly, I want to show you out of the ads that I ran, I'm going to abort the making of this.
Yeah. Wait, you don't want to
started this September 17th or something like that.
Okay.
This is the way my subscriber base looked. So we started off 17th, 18th, 19th, or 21st. There you go. We had 59 people. As you can see, they just keep climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing. We topped out at 2,100 or close to 22, and now we're on a decline because of that message that I sent out of unsubscribed.
Yep.
But all these people are who I'm dripping on, so.
That is, dude, I love it.
Yeah, crazy amount.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was really good. For the most part, I think that's enough to get the ball rolling for most people, because it's kind of like they're all going to have their own pictures, their own sayings and everything else, but this is like the how-to. You totally made it simpler for people to learn.
Awesome.
Now, there is an option where, so I've found instant chat can make people look stupid because people sometimes don't know that they're chatting with a chat bot. So they'll ask a question and then your chat bot automatically replies with something totally irrelevant. And so one way around that is with ManyChat, you can actually restrict it so that they can only click buttons and there's no typing. So the only people I would suggest that to would be, and Nathan, do you know how to enable that?
Yeah, so if I go to settings.
Yeah.
When my internet wants to work out, keyboard input.
And yours is on, and that being turned on means that people can freely chat and say whatever they want, like, hey, how much is this, or where is this located? Now, I would say for most people, it's actually better to have that on because then you have a real conversation, but only if you're actually going to follow up with people and actually chat with them. So if you're not, which I know most agents don't, because we used to use instant chat on our websites, and so many agents, it was ridiculous. They'd be getting leads and they wouldn't even be following up with them.
Yeah.
And so if that's the case, then you might as well have that off. That way you're only giving them a choose your own adventure.
So are you okay if I show an example of where that could work really well?
Yeah.
By the time? Okay. So I have this big chatbot script. This is one that I've been messing around with. And I'll just go to, this is that really long one I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what messed this up is the idea that people had options, right? That's what made it that this one wasn't really that successful, and they kept talking about stuff. But it started, yeah, I know. But with that, stopping the keyboard input would be perfect for this, in my opinion. So thanks for inquiring about Ask Record. My name is Sushi. I'm the chatbot. What can I get for you? And let's say I went to similar listings. Okay,
Oh,
I have access to
dude, dude,
thousands of
dude,
listings.
dude. You should add that similar listings option on all of your ads for your
Yeah,
listings. So
you're
price,
correct. I should.
pictures, similar listings.
Yeah, it's 1 second here. Okay, I wrote
Yeah,
that down. Okay,
yeah.
so now I give them a set of price range. So let's say they wanted between 5 and 600,000. What area are you looking in? Well, I'm looking in Durham region. How many bedrooms do you want? 4. Like you can see how if someone started typing, this would mess all this up, right?
Yeah, the choose your own adventure is real
But
good.
yeah, but the whole itself, and then actually there is their name and phone number. And then when are you looking to move? Let's say they say right now. Great, I'll get started on that. In the meantime, is there anything else I can get for you? Let's say they're like, sure. About us. Like this is that sort of rotational thing that I absolutely love. So then it told a whole bunch about us, right?
Yeah.
Do you want the home details?
I really like even the you don't have to go this deep. You could sorry to clear my throat. You could just say, yeah, I want similar listings. They click that. Okay, 250 to 500, 500 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to whatever the numbers are. And then just get the basics and stop there.
Yeah.
You don't have to go like super, super, super deep. I wouldn't even ask when you want to move by.
Right. Well, no, I 100% agree with you. And I think when we go back to trying this, we're going to shut off key input, and I agree with you on that completely. We ask if they want to see the other property. If I put no thanks, okie dokie. Well, if you change your mind, let me know. And then I like putting the little emojis beside it because I think people feel better about that. So.
Hey, you know what else would be cool? You know how when the people click the button and you can add different things. Like you could add a photo, you could add text, you could add whatever. What if you added a video of you personally saying the next part? Hey, that's awesome. You're thinking of buying between under 500,000, blah, 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 blah. And it's just a quick little 30-second video of you, and that's going to bring real personal.
So do you remember back in the day when you had that on your website, when someone clicked on it, it was a video, and how awesome that was for you? I've been messing around. We are going to do exactly that because you used to do it with big success.
Yeah.
Like have a little introduction about us and all the rest, like the about us part, right? So, or whatever case. But I like the idea, like even guiding through the next part.
Ooh, man. I love it.
Yeah, we could go so many different places. Like that's what I love about this chat up is we're barely scratching the surface for this right now.
Well, Nathan, I want to say thank you so much. Some people are going to be like, guys, this is really cool, but above my scope, I won't be able to implement it. If anybody wants help with setting this up, Nathan, you actually are going to be brand new to this, helping people, sharing with what you're up to and setting them up, right?
Yeah, no, completely.
What is the best way for a person to reach out if they're like, Nathan, hook me up, man, I loved it?
So I would say one of two ways. You can either email me, well, call or email me, Nathan@thathouseguy.ca. My phone number is 289-928-2288. Or just send a message to me over Facebook Messenger. Go to, you can either look me up on Facebook under Nathan Graham or go to That House Guy page and shoot me a message, and we can connect about that.
I'm going to include the links in the description of anybody watching the recording of this video. And then somebody says, can you clone this? Good question, because the answer is yes. So Nathan can totally clone everything he's done and import it into your ManyChat. There is still some back-end admin because his clone is going to have links to his website. So you'd have to go through each drip and each message to like change out his link to put in your link. But other than that, the bulk of the work is done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a little cleanup. Good question. Really good. Sweet. Okay. Type out your questions, guys. If there are any, unmute yourself if you want to chat over the phone. And if not, Nathan, thank you. Everybody else, we're going to be recording this. The recording gets put up. It's a Thursday as we're recording right now. Give us the weekend, and Monday evening we'll have this recorded and uploaded for you.
Awesome.
Cool. Ryan says thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Okay, awesome. Bye, guys.
All right, thank you. See you later.
Bye. Hey, if you want to close more real estate transactions, get more buyer leads, and get more seller leads,
click this button right here. It'll take you to our real estate group coaching page. Also, if you like this video and want more, you can subscribe by pressing this, or you can check out some of my past videos here. Enjoy!